Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for all the latest news and updates.
Hello, welcome. This is Oneindia News. I am Akash. Senior journalist and activist Gauri Lankesh was brutally gunned down outside her residence in R.R. Nagar in Bengaluru, and after that there has been a widespread protest by journalists and activists across India, and the pressure is now mounting on Siddaramaiah government in Karnataka to probe this matter, and now voices are being raised that a central agency like an NIA or a CBI or a CID should investigate this whole matter. I spoke to our special correspondent Vicky Nanjappa, who is based out of Bangalore, and asked him that how the police is going through this matter and how does he feel about this whole incident as a fellow journalist. Welcome, Vicky.
Yeah, thanks, Akash.
So, Vicky, now this incident has happened, and there has been a lot of reaction as far as the media is concerned,
Right.
be it Bangalore, be it Karnataka, be it Delhi, be it anywhere in the country. But the ground reality remains that it would be the police and the government whose willingness will bring the culprits to daylight. So, what is the police and the government doing right now?
Okay, for this one, the special investigations team was set up yesterday to probe this case specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, and the thing is, the probe has been a little slow as of now, because there were a couple of issues at the beginning of the probe,
Right.
like CCTV image being blurry, lack of lights on the road. That's one.
Right.
Okay, and the other issue was that there were a lot of people claiming to be eyewitnesses at the time the incident took place, but you must have read that most of them have locked their houses and gone because they don't want to be the eyewitnesses in the case.
Okay.
Okay, so that has been a problem. The third problem was that it was very funny, or to see that the dog squad was impressed into service yesterday, or day before yesterday when the murder took place.
Okay.
There was a lot of lack of coordination in the beginning because after sealing the entry-exit points, there was no communication given to the police at the bordering areas on who is to be stopped, basically.
Okay.
Whether it's a guy on a bike or a car, there was no this one.
Okay.
And that lack of coordination happened because they took a very long time to retrieve the CCTV footage. It took almost 4 to 6 hours to retrieve the CCTV footage.
Okay.
So, as of now, the probe stands like this. They've got one more footage, that's from another petrol bunk area where, they see a bike which is, trailing trailing her car on the way back.
Okay.
But the profiling is yet to be done because the problem is you may have a footage at that spot there where the bike is. But at the spot where the incident took place, the problem is they have the footage of a guy shooting.
Okay.
But the footage of the bike at that spot is not available. They are saying that, they saw a flash light on a car, and so they are assuming that it could have been a bike.
Okay.
Okay, that's another thing.
Okay.
The other thing, what they found in the ballistic report, basically, is that, they have managed to, conduct the ballistic report on the cartridges that were sealed from the spot.
Right.
It suggests that it was, fired from a 7.65 mm gun, and that is why they're saying, Kalburgi murder case or Govind Pansare murder case,
Right.
or for that matter, Dabolkar murder case. It was the same weapon, the 7.65 mm pistol, which is used.
Right.
But then again, that is not a good enough conclusion because, this is the same pistol which is used by an Naxalite or any, gangster in UP.
Okay.
Because, for contract killings, what has been seen in all investigations is that contract killer always insists on using this weapon, the country-made weapon,
Right.
which they call as, kata up north.
Right.
They call it as kata. Because the thing is, after it's fired, it kind of destroys itself. That is, that's one thing, there's some technical thing, the cops were telling me that the gun, it's not very easily traceable, and the kind of evidence that you can actually pull out of a German-made gun is not so easy with a kata. That is, one thing.
Okay.
So this is where the probe stands. So it's too early to say anything. But at the moment, it looks like a blind probe,
Okay.
basically.
So because I think the police are basically caught in the dark. They have no clue about this thing. But I today read an article which said this thing that the brother of Gauri Lankesh, Indrajit Lankesh, has said that the police are investigating this whole case from the point of Naxals threatening Lankesh.
Yes. Yeah, the hate letters, right?
Right.
Yeah. See, the thing is, that is also under the probe, because the thing initially, actually, when after the incident, in a couple of hours, when the media goes and asks, what do you think it can be? Immediately, everyone started saying, it's very similar to Kalburgi or Pansare, those murder cases.
Right.
One. But, the one thing is, they can't say anything of that sort officially, because even if you say something like that, you're going to ask the next question is like, how do you say it could be the same, this one? I mean, in the 2 hours of the incident, you can't, conclude that, it is this. All you can say, it looks very similar, but it could be them or couldn't be them.
Exactly.
That is correct. See, the one part is the Naxal, this one. The other issue also, what they may look into is that she is supposed to have told, some of her friends, that she is in the process of exposing a major corruption nexus in Karnataka. Okay,
Right.
That's another thing. So everything will be looked into. All those angles will be looked into, because police can't single out one angle and just look in one way. They have to look in multiple angles. So all these angles are under probe.
Right. But don't you think with the pressure being mounted on the Congress government in Karnataka plus the police because of what the Kalburgi case and the Dabolkar case and now this new fresh case coming in, and so now media themselves, because yesterday we were there at the Press Club of India, we saw that everybody showed their solidarity, and so they are coming out, and now they want to pressurize the especially the state government to at least start a probe and bring the culprits to book as soon as possible. But do you think that would be possible? Because we have seen the attitude of the government and of the Karnataka police as far as the Kalburgi case is also concerned in 2015.
Correct. See, the one thing I'll tell you, the thing is, why I personally feel that, it is a case which should be given to the CBI, these kind of cases.
Right.
Suppose you're saying Kalburgi murder case, one.
Right.
If you think that there is a link between the two, because of, they're linking it because, Kalburgi and she said to have similar ideology.
Right.
They criticized, they spoke about the same kind of things.
Right.
One. So, now, again, you will connect it to another case, that is the Dabolkar murder case, and then you will connect it to Pansare murder case.
Right.
The thing is, that is in Maharashtra. Okay. Now, it becomes very difficult for the state police to coordinate.
Right.
One. Okay. So, now the thing is, when there are similarities, there is a probe going on in another state, there's a probe going on in Karnataka out here.
Right.
So, when you have to link the two probes, I've seen in 9 out of 10 cases, interstate probes are very shoddy, very messy.
Right.
There are a lot of ego issues between the two. One.
Right.
If there are two different governments, then God bless. One. Okay, the ego issues, then the logistics. These guys will go there, they'll make them pay. Then they come here, these make them pay. See, all these kind of things happen in these interstate probes.
Right.
Okay. So the logistics, you need permission. You can't just get into that state and start investigating on your own. You have to take those police people with you.
Right.
Their thinking is very different. So that doesn't happen in the case of an NIA CBI. One.
Right.
Because they have been given vested with powers, to probe anywhere in India.
Absolutely.
They don't need a permission, specifically from the state government, that they need to come in and probe. All they need to do is they are there.
Exactly.
That's also not mandatory. So these kind of cases better to be handled by a central agency. If you're saying it has got, a statewide, interstate ramifications and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay. So that's one. That was a mistake which was made in Kalburgi murder case, and that's why it's so badly stuck. And now coming to this pressure part of it. Now the problem is everything is a very time-bound kind of process out here.
Exactly.
The same amount of number of people you must have seen outside a town hall or a press club and things like that. They will pressurize for 2 to 3 days. But how much ever you pressurize, the police will do things at their own pace. One. Okay. And 10 days later, it's not spoken about.
Exactly. That is the thing.
On the first anniversary, you will again speak about it, and we guys will write one story that the probe, etc., did it.
Exactly.
So the pressure automatically,
phases away.
Goes off. faces away, and the government is very aware of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, being a journalist yourself, and when such incidents happen, especially where are you working right now, and once you're working on a story, and then news like this comes up that a fellow journalist has been shot outside your home. So what goes in your mind?
See, I mean, the thing is, what happens is any such major incident. You're talking in terms of a fellow journalist,
right?
You of course you feel bad. It's not only because it's a fellow journalist. I mean, it's a human being at the end of it.
Exactly.
Okay, so you feel very bad about such things.
Right.
Safety issues, it's there, in everyone's case, basically. It depends on what you're writing on, and those kind of things. You're writing too much on Naxalites, you had a threat from them. You're writing on real estate, you have a threat. You do feel very bad that the institution basically it's basically an attempt to curb free speech.
Exactly.
So on those terms you feel bad. I mean, and more than fellow journalists, you feel very bad that the human being at the end of the day. I feel bad for any human being who's been killed or anything.
Exactly. So let's hope that as everybody is saying, that a central agency should probe this case and the other cases that are similar to it, and it should not be a interstate investigation that should happen, right?
Yeah, right. That's true.
Right. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Vicky.
Thanks, Akash. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So that was our special correspondent Vicky Nanjappa throwing some insight from Bengaluru about this whole Gauri Lankesh case that has happened, and how the police are approaching, and what was the approach of the police, and how they were caught off guard about this whole incident. Well, that's all for now, but for more news and updates, log on to oneindia.com, and please don't forget to like and share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to One India News YouTube channel.